Hello. Hello and welcome, Flo Montoya, who's based in Santiago in Chile. Welcome to the Larpar Show, where we talk about what is money, what is coming, and how to protect your family. So Flo is a painter, an illustrator, an engraver, and now a screen printer, whose self-described obsession with Bitcoin has her expanding her skills and tapping art history's masters to explore deep and perennial concepts like justice, love, and hope. She got on the radar a few years ago because of her wonderful illustrations for the book Rhyming Bitcoin, published in collaboration with Brecky and Simon. But as you'll hear, her ideas and talents are wide-ranging and ever-expanding. So, Flo, introduce yourself to our viewers and how did you find Bitcoin?
Hi, thanks for having me here. Um, I actually started learning about Bitcoin because of my family. Um, I was living in my family home with my parents. My siblings were also there. And this was about, we had heard about it before, but this was like when we really started to learn about it. And this was about 2017 or maybe 2016. And the main reason was for one side, because my dad has been working for like 20 years for the same company, which is a company from Germany. So we were always kind of used to move money around the globe for us to live. Like he got paid in Europe, and then we had to take it and to use it here and all. So this was always like very troublesome. I mean, it's not hard, but it's like it takes some time. Sometimes they I don't know, it's kind of a hassle like between these banks and all. And they also take a cut out of your money, like it's like about a 10% or something like that. So that was every paycheck that my dad received. And if I remember that it was about like this block height war. Um, and he was like very expectant about this, like watching like if Bitcoin overcomes this, then this is something that we can start using. Like he said, like if we win this, like this is successful, then this is going to become like a very important tool. And thank God it did. And since then we started using it like as a family. And from the other side, my brother was starting to study, I think, he was starting to study engineer, to become an engineer. And he's actually today a software engineer. So he was very interested in like the technology behind this, the code and all that stuff. So the conversations in our home were like very intense. And when people like start learning about Bitcoin, like you just swallow the orange peel and you're like going all and all, like all the time over it. And we had this we used to eat together like every day. So it was like every day Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. And I was at the time like, I don't understand this. I'm an artist. I'm never going to understand this, but I have some little spare money. Like I was very good. We were all very good to work in anything. So it was like, okay, let's just buy me some and I don't care about this. But they kept talking about it and teaching us and all. And it got really interesting and it really got my attention. And at some point they started telling me like, okay, now you have to start reading the books for yourself. And if this is something that my dad was already convinced like this is going to change the world. So it's not a matter of you are truly interested or not, like you have to learn this. But yeah, I was really interested, and it took for me like some years for me to like really click like, wow, this is really going to change the world. Like it has the potential at least. And in 2020, I started doing art about it very slowly, like just think. I realize now that I couldn't
Hang
understand
on,
it.
Flo, how old were you when all this was? Because you seem quite
Um,
young now, anyway.
I was
In
I
your
mean in my 20s,
teenager?
but no, I'm 30, 31.
Okay, okay.
And I was like about in my 20s, like I don't know
Yeah, yeah.
exactly like when the things happened, but well, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And and I started like I now can realize that I was just trying to understand Bitcoin through art because it's the language that I move on, and because uh like I'm already obsessed about art, so those two things like whoop, combined, I couldn't like break them apart. So it didn't make sense. I started slow, but then it didn't make sense for me to do art about anything else, you know. And since then, I've been doing my work. Um, I I I think for 1 year, like I don't know exactly when I couldn't do much of it because life happened. But then I got back to it, and I'm very focused right now into making it. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. And I think you're going to be showing some of your art in Madeira as well. You're going to Madeira. Tell us a little bit
Yeah,
about that.
I'll be attending Bitcoin Atlantis. I'll have a new piece there. I'm very happy about it because there's something I do that I keep challenging myself. So in the middle of the process, I suffer a lot. Like I'm not going to be able to finish this or complete it, or I can't see exactly how it's going to be turned up. Um, but then when it's ready, it's like so relief, and I'm so happy that I faced that thing that I was afraid of. And in this case, it was like that. And I'm also very happy about this piece because it's a piece to honor the hodlers, or that's my intention at least. And I took the inspiration when I was last year. I attended a Bitcoin Amsterdam and Bitcoin Plan B Bitcoin in Lugano. And when I
Hmm.
was in Amsterdam, I got to see the museum.
Hmm.
Very beautiful museum with classical paintings that I really, really like. And I saw this painting. I take a lot of inspiration from classical art for my art. And yeah, I saw it there. So I was presenting another piece, and the inspiration came in that moment. For me, it was like super special. And I came home and started doing it right away. And thank God, because it was very small time. And then I was applying to Madeira without even like uh, think. I didn't like schedule this, you know. It's like kind of happened, and yeah, I'm super happy.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. I went to Amsterdam, Bitcoin Amsterdam in 2022, and I met a lot of interesting painters and people over there. It was great, really, really good, you know. Compared to some of the bigger events, you know, it was more intimate, kind of you could meet more
Mhm.
people there, and we met loads of people over there, you know, which was amazing. And I actually met Brecky over there at the time. He was working for
Oh,
Swan at the time.
uh-huh.
Yeah, I think he still does that, but very, very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Bitcoin in Chile, in your country. What's going on in Santiago?
Here it's like I think it's starting. You're starting to see more movement, but it's been slow. I think there might be like many reasons why that is. Like for instance, maybe the Chilean personality is not that outgoing as the rest of Latin America. So maybe there's something there. Also, we had like a kind of more stability in the past years. So I think that when you're like more desperate, you're more open to new possibilities and new options. And people here were like, well, no, we don't need that, or that's probably a scam, like the usual very boomer critiques. Like those were the most common things you could hear or read in the newspapers or whatever. Also, something else happened that was very weird. Chile, I think it was, I don't know if it's the only country where has happened, but I know it must be very few, that from the biggest exchange here, and not, no, all the exchanges that were operating in Chile at the time, got their bank accounts closed from one day to another. Like, flap, no, you cannot work. Like, all banks were together talking, and they said, no, we gotta shut this down. And that was absolutely illegal. They went into they had to go to the, how do you say, like the law, the
court
um,
case, into court, a court case. Okay.
and thank God that the jury there said, like, in the meantime that we don't decide this, you have to open their accounts. So they could operate, but they had the accounts like closed for 1 month, and there was like a lot of news about it. And I think many people got the sense that this was something sketchy, like not trustworthy. And also this meant that even today, because this is an ongoing thing, um,
Mm-hmm.
not there can't be any new exchanges or things like that, companies like that here, because no bank will open a new account to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this they won't win. I mean, the exchanges will win the cause, but it's taking forever. I think this kind of things really shaped what's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
That could be coming from like the powers that be, not even in your country, but the central banks trying to control Bitcoin and stop the onboarding of people onto Bitcoin and Bitcoin platforms, you know?
yeah, I really don't know if this is like a bigger experiment and they tried it out in
Probably is.
Chile. Yeah, but yeah, could imagine. Yeah, but the thing is,
Yeah.
they didn't like the exchanges continue to operate, so they didn't like win that. But it did have a repercussion into people, and because if no other company can start here, like they're, I don't know. I think it slows everything down, but it's changing now. I can sense it. I can feel it. Like people, I today I went to a art shop to buy some supplies, and I found out a new shop that I really liked it, and I told to the guy, like, hey, do you accept Bitcoin? Because I'm living on a Bitcoin standard and I want to pay with Bitcoin and whatever. And he was like, I thought he was going to tell me like, what is Bitcoin? That's the usual response. And he was like, I have Bitcoin in Binance. Very interesting. I should accept Bitcoin and whatever. And I was like, oh, nice. Okay, let's start slow, and then I'll tell you like, don't use Binance and
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. That's it. Yeah, be careful of the scammers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
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 but it
yeah,
was
yeah.
nice. I hope he accepts Bitcoin at some point.
Well, it's a start. You can be his first customer to give him
Yeah.
Bitcoin, pay in Bitcoin. Yeah,
Yeah,
very
for
good.
me, I'm working for two Bitcoin companies, side
Okay.
jobs,
Yeah, tell us.
beside my uh-huh. One is Lobby's Bitcoin. It's like a magazine. We do marketing and stuff like that. And the other
Okay.
one is Panties for Bitcoin. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Oh yeah, I've heard about
Uh,
them. Yeah, I heard them. My
yeah.
girlfriend was just at last week texting them on my phone, just asking
Uh-huh.
about do they ship to Ireland, and they said. So tell us, explain to us, where do you ship to? Panties.
Yeah, I think we only have had travel with customers in like Russia or countries that are like really closed up, but
Mhm.
I think we ship there worldwide otherwise. I
And then
really
where do you
love
ship
them. It's
from?
like super
For,
fun.
for
It's
people in Europe,
mhm.
where do you ship? Do you ship from Europe
The
or from
company,
America?
it's a no, it's a family company that they are based in Canada, but
Okay.
they do have a warehouse in Germany. So it
Okay.
depends where you are.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I just know because we're in Europe, if we order from America or Canada, we get taxed on top of it. But if we order
yeah.
from Germany or anywhere else in Europe, we don't pay the tax coming in.
Mm,
So
very
it's
cool.
better if you have somewhere in Germany so you can supply
Yeah.
Europe as well. Okay, perfect. So tell us a little bit about that business, a little bit about it, and you can tell us about Love is Business Bitcoin as well.
Yeah, I worked with them like in doing social media and stuff like that, and marketing. Basically, it's something that I discovered when I ended the art schools. I was like, okay, like what do I do now? at that moment I wasn't that involved with Bitcoin. It was like I have no purpose and I hated everything. And I didn't want to do art at the moment. It was like such a hard process to finish the school. Like I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I started learning about the social media like very intuitively. Well, and that got me into little jobs, and that was like started to grow, and I ended up working in marketing for a skincare company here. And last year I quitted there and started trying to find the not only Bitcoiner jobs but also jobs that allowed me to do my art. Like that was the
Mm-hmm.
main focus. Like I want to do something else. Like I need the income and whatever, but I also need to find something that will give me enough time to build my own stuff. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Brilliant. Brilliant. Okay. And that's with Panties for Bitcoin. What do you do with the other company? Love is Bitcoin, is
Uh,
it? Is that the other company that you work with?
Sorry,
What's the other company that you work with?
I work with those both companies, like the Panties for Bitcoin and the Love is Bitcoin. They are separated.
Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
so so tell us a bit about Love about Bitcoin. Love is Bitcoin.
Ah, Love is Bitcoin is it's like a magazine. So what we do is that other company or people, for example, you want us to promote this interview, for example. So we will ask you, are you on Bitcoin only, or what do you do, and whatever. And we can find like a way to help you promote your content and something like that. Usually, more often is for products, Bitcoiner products and things like that. In that way, well, that's like the core of the soul of the business, but we also have like a mindset of being like very friendly about the contents. Like we talk about basics that are basics in Bitcoin that people who have been here a long time, we all know, but people who is starting, they always need to be reminded of, like take your coins out of the exchanges and whatever. And we play a
Mm-hmm.
lot with that, and we play a lot with the meme culture. So we try to give a fresh perspective. And for example, we're right now we're organizing a halving party in Santorini. So
All
if people
right.
want to, yeah, it's very cool because it's proven to be like a very good experience in the matter in the way that it's something it's somewhere you could take, like for example your girlfriend or your wife, if she's not orange pilled, like it's something she could enjoy and maybe start to learn more about Bitcoin in a very friendly, very fun way. And more than the conference itself, like many of the people who has already bought the tickets are telling us that like this is the first Bitcoin event that my wife, girlfriend wanted to join me. So thank you, and that's
Yeah.
really cool. Hmm.
Yeah. Santorini's beautiful. I only came back from Santorini with my partner and our little
Cool.
boy. So we were just there in when we went in October. It's beautiful.
Hmm.
Have a lovely time.
I haven't been there, so I would love
S-
to.
So that's on in when's the halving party in May, April, May, kind of what date?
It's in April, the 12th till the 14th.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Perfect. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Okay. And so tell us how else has Bitcoin been for your life? How has it changed your life? And
I think it's changed my perspective, and I really think I think about Bitcoin culture versus like fiat culture all the time. Like I'm really now, like I'm really obsessed about thinking how will this shape our society. Like if it gets massively embraced or something, it you can already see it in Bitcoiners. Like this low time preference thing, it affects many aspects of your life. It's not just like the monetary policy. Like you start to prioritize other things, and I really like that. And I hope I really think that we are going to see a much brighter and better future in the in a world that has Bitcoin on it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's totally changed my life since I started really getting into it. I came across it first, like not first. I missed it years ago when my friends were buying it. Years ago for $30 and $100. But that's life, you know. And I came across again in 2020. And what really hit me was when I found out about the monetary devaluation, what was going on with our money. And I started learning about what is money. And when I realized in the European Union that we were going to get our money devalued by about 20% in 1 year, I had to do something to protect my family. And I started learning and learning and learning and just learning. And I haven't stopped learning. And I'm still learning about what's going on. So that's why I call our program, What is Money? And what is coming and how to protect your family, you know?
Yeah.
But as I say, it changes everybody's life, doesn't it? And
Yeah.
what do you think of all this thing that's happening with all these new players coming in now, with these ETF people, all these big boys coming in, like BlackRock and with
Yeah,
their
it's
ETFs?
very, very weird. Like I have so much mixed emotions about it. Um, from from one side, I think that many normies will be more easily like approach or orange peel, just because they think these guys know what they're doing. So these guys don't lose. So I can imitate them or buy directly the ETF or buy Bitcoin. But I think that could be some positive aspect. I'm really sad about people selling their Bitcoin to these guys. Like, I think so many people is going to regret this very badly.
Mm,
Like, you had the chance of your life. Like you were in the middle of this movement of value, and you were there. Like you had the Bitcoin and then you sold it. It's like super tragic, and it's super fiat minded, and I get it. Like I know where this is coming from, and it gets me also a bit angry. Like I saw a cartoon, I don't know when, recently, that was like something like the about like educational systems, and it's like the education which is provided by the system will never teach you how to overrule the system. So, and I feel like that's what's happening. Like people don't see like ahead, or can't see uh, what they're losing on, and what they're giving out, because they're trained that way. And yeah, it's a bitter sentiment, but I also kind of want Bitcoin to moon and just to be like very happy and forget about everything. And like some part of me is like, okay, that's someone else's problem. Like you had your opportunity, have fun. I guess. But
yeah.
yeah, it's very
Yeah, it's
very.
it's different, and people are, as you say, like giving it away now, and exiting because they think that they're getting a good premium for it, and maybe they did make a good return, but as we know, anybody that we've talked to or we know now that said that they've sold their Bitcoin previously, they can never catch up on the same amount for the
Hmm.
future, and it probably depends as well on different aspects and where different people live in different parts of the world. Bitcoin will be adopted for different things, and in different ways. Some people need it to trade, but for me anyway, it's protection for me, and it's insurance for me and my family, because there's big changes coming here in Europe, especially with all these new laws that are being put in behind the scenes, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and when you think about all these people that are not elected, that are making decisions for everyone else, it's really frightening. So any
Hmm.
piece of freedom and sovereignty that we can take back, it is important. Like this is not kind of. At some point, I thought, well, I remember like when I first learned about Bitcoin. This was years before my dad was studying it. We of course, everyone heard one time, you heard, and then the second time you start like really getting into it. So the first time was like really like, what is this? This is magic internet money for computer nerds that are playing games all day. Like that was my impression, like super silly. But Um, it's crazy to, well, to have missed the opportunity, but also like to think about it, like even if at the beginning it might have been that also, like people were giving away Bitcoin in these internet games and things like that, it always had the potential to be the key to our modern freedom, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
yeah,
weird.
yeah, 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 yeah. It is. And it's, as I said, it's different circumstances for different people, you know.
Mm.
And there was a lot of people out there in the early days were just flinging this stuff around, you know. And sometimes when I'm talking to people, I might zap them a couple of thousand sats, you know, and then I say to myself, you know, I hope that helps them and they start learning from that, you know.
Mhm.
But other people were giving away 1,000 Bitcoin and 10,000 Bitcoin before, and those people still didn't learn
Yeah,
until only
yeah.
recently, you know. And I think the movement has been really, really moving a lot since 2020, since everything was closed down, since we've seen what our governments can really do, you know, because
Hmm.
like I don't know what it was like in your country in 2020 with all the lockdowns. Did you have lockdowns over there where you're
Yeah,
restricted to move?
I think it was really crazy. We had like very strict lockdowns. Um, and the thing is that our health care system in Chile is mixed with like the government hospitals and care system and the private ones. So they complement each other. And when these kind of things happen, the government has the power to tell the private sector to take in like more patients at a lower rate, like cost. And
Hmm.
so they did. So I think we were better prepared than many countries here in Latin America. And I think we might have taken these measures only by pressure. Like if you're not doing this, you are going to kill the grandmas and all
Of
that
course,
stuff.
yeah. Fear,
Um,
fear. That's what they
uh-huh.
done. They drove
But
fear into everybody.
yeah, but it's so sad to see that everyone can be so like willing to be
Min
oppressed only by fear, like but by a
yeah.
little fear, and to tell on your neighbor that because those kind of things happen. We had at some point you had to take in like you go to the site of the police and you had to enter like some information and then you got like a credential to go walk your dog, and you could take like two of those a week. Like my dog goes out 3 times a day, you know. So I
Yeah.
was like, are you crazy? So of course we went out anyways. But if a policeman caught you, he could pass you charge you or
A
take you
fine.
to the police station or pass you a fine. People got taken to the police station like they were criminals for walking their dogs. So yeah, things got really crazy here. And then the shots, the
Hmm.
how do you so those things were mandatory as well. And you couldn't get out of your city, for example. You had to show that you had the shot, things like that. So yeah, very, very frightening. Yeah,
Yeah,
very crazy.
yeah. It was quite bad here in Ireland as well. Like at one
Mhm.
stage, they brought in a no drive zone 5 kilometers outside your house. You couldn't move 5 kilometers. Now, I was driving all over the country, you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
90% of the country was in fear. And there was nothing out
Yeah,
there. There wasn't even any checkpoints. Just people didn't move. I said, I'm not staying
yeah.
around. But this is madness. We had a lot of data already because my background is data. We work with a lot of data. So we knew we could
Mhm.
see what was happening, you know, when other people were just listening to the normal stuff. We were getting data from everywhere else, and something wasn't right. Something wasn't right, you know.
Yeah, I really hate that they were trying this stuff out and they got really successful at it. Like it's
Yeah.
really frightening.
It just shows though what they can do and how uh with all the organizations that they have in every country, the way they can really, really control the people, you know.
Mhm.
And that brings us down to the future as well. Have you been looking into any of this CBDC
Mm.
about this programmable money that they're bringing? Like everybody, a lot of people that I talk to are oblivious to it. They think I'm crazy. What's it like in your country? Are they talking about it? Or what's happening?
No, I think that's not well, I I don't know. I think that I've been more in touch with lately. I've been working like a lot, so I've been with my Bitcoiner family, and we have with a lot of people that thinks maybe alike, and I have not been that much with my normie friends lately. But in general, I have the sense that people don't get it. They really don't get it. Like the questions are always the same, and you start explaining one thing, and then they got take you to the next question, and like you never end. It's too big to get it in one. I don't know birthday that you see each
Yeah, of
other.
course it is. Yeah, it is.
There's yeah, I don't see much questioning about our government. Like I see people being very, how do you say, like inconsistent. Like only when I don't like the government, then I question it. But if it's the one I voted for, then I don't. And they, of course, they're honest. Of course, they don't. They're not robbing us. But the other guys, ooh, those were terrible. It's like, seriously, yeah, you really think that? Like these are the good guys, like, and those are the bad guys. Like I don't know. So
Yeah, yeah,
I'm getting like a bit tired of that, and I try not to. My latest approach has been like orange peel in a really really tiny micro dose, and leave it there, and not do not engage with all that conversation because it's a kind of sterile, you know.
yeah. You're right. Yeah, just stick with like-minded people and be around like-minded people, and then you can flow nicely with those like-minded people instead of having other people. Because you're right, a lot of people just don't get it, and the problem
And it's very
is
sad.
when it's
Mm.
too late. There's no point trying to get it when it's too late. You,
Yeah.
you know?
It's
Yeah.
like I always think about this thing they say about this frog in the water, you know, like
Hmm.
if you throw the frog in the boiling water, the frog jumps out of it and escapes. But if you start warming the water slowly, then the frog never realizes and then it's dead. So I
Yeah.
think that's how all these things have been like I don't know. These people are in this hot water and they are not realizing it. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Same thing. Slowly, 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 gradually, 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 gradually. And then all of a sudden it's here. It's here.
Mhm, mhm.
All of a sudden, and then too
Yeah,
late then.
and that's so weird too. Like, how can we be so fortunate to see this? How, because for me it's like really was luck because as I said, like I was very far away from thinking that I would be not only understanding this, but I thought this would never interest me. Like I didn't see the potential. Like I wasn't that smart to realize like this is going to change the world. No, I'm so blessed that my dad did, my brother did, and they were like super obsessed, and we encouraged the whole family to learn more, and then it made sense for me too, you know, but that was the luck.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say it was luck. It was persistent as well from your father. Your father,
Yeah,
and found
yeah.
something, found some digital gold there years ago, that nobody else knew about, you know. And
Yeah.
that's why he just passed it on to the children. And just
Yeah.
well, like my older kids don't want to know about Bitcoin. They say, that stop talking about that, but they learn. And I say to them now as well, well, okay, you don't want to know about it, so you won't be getting any in the future. You'll have to go and do a degree before you get access to any of that now in the future,
True. Yeah.
So, or you'll have to really
How,
go and learn about Bitcoin. If you
how
if you we've got four
sorry.
children. I've got 22-year-old. I've got
Mhm.
a 15, a 14, and a 2-year-old as well.
Ah, nice. Cool.
So T
Yeah, they're
Theo,
still young.
yeah. Well, the
Mhm.
22-year-old should know. She should be learning now. But maybe not. Man, she wants to do her own thing. But and anyway, so we normally bring the 2-year-old comes to with us to all the Bitcoin events. So the 2-year-old baby, Bitcoin baby. as we call
Yeah,
him.
Bitcoin baby.
Yeah,
Yeah, he will grow into this. Like this will be normal for him. That's so cool.
it is. It's going to be normal for him. Yeah, he saves in Satoshis. Any money that he gets for presents, we just buy Satoshis for him. That's what we do now.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's the
Very
future.
cool.
That's the future anyway. Yeah. So, and how is your country doing at the moment regarding things that are going on? How's the economy going? And
I think, I mean, things have been slowing down since, but it's been hard for us since like late 2019, maybe before that. But at that moment, we had like a very huge social crisis and protest and stuff like that. Actually, the guy who is president now was like leading the protests, so or one of those. So it really changed the course of history, maybe. And these people are really central government socialist, and many people. I mean, he won fairly. Like
uh,
people, it's what they want, but I don't like him, and the economy has stopped growing. Like they were celebrating for I don't know 0.2% improvement, that and they were expecting like a 3%, and you like it was so little. um Actually the trend is not getting better. um yeah, I think people are going to struggle. And the thing is that now if you see like the world, like everything is like more, I don't know, I see it like more vulnerable, and bad things happening all over the world. It's not like only here. So if things go bad here, you don't have like an escape plan, like sort of like
yeah,
no one is going to came to this faraway country and save it. It's like it's each one is trying to save themselves. I wish I could do something. Like I wish one of my projects is to do some street art. I've been very inspired by an account. I don't know if you follow them, the cyber street art guys
oh
in
yeah, I've
in
seen things. Yeah,
X. hmm
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I love what they do, and I don't know how it really works. I think they post something, and then some people like send them some sats so that they can get the work done, or people are collaborating with them. I don't know, but I would love to do something like that in Spanish, but by in hand with someone who is willing to have like a teaching course or something like. I think that if I could get someone to teach the first Bitcoin program, for example, in parallel with this street art, we could, I don't know, but I think that because in the more, I mean, in the streets, there are some changes. The other day, one friend went to buy some fruits. Like every Sunday, in many places of the city, you can find these people who are selling like vegetables, fruits, and whatever, like in the street, like one next to each other. I
Like a
don't know how
market,
that's called.
like a
Yeah,
farmer's
yeah,
market,
yeah.
or something
So
like that.
yeah, something like that. So these markets sometimes are free. I don't know if they pay taxes or not, but they are like very not controlled, like
Yeah,
or and a friend of mine sent me a picture. A lady was selling their fruit, and she took Bitcoin for payment and accepted Bitcoin. So I think people who need it the most, maybe they will realize earlier, and I would love that, and I would love to be part of that. But it's kind of hard at the moment. Yeah.
yeah. Well, maybe you should go there and start talking to these people and explain to them about Bitcoin and showing them how
Yeah,
it
yeah.
works, with different wallets. There's a wallet of Satoshi work in Chile.
Yeah. It worked. No, I would love to, but at this moment, like I have sadly, I have like a loan to pay. So I'm
Hmm.
working to pay that. And in the time that I have extra, I do my art. So I would love to have more time to do these other projects, but I'm trying to focus on smaller projects that I can accomplish in a time, and maybe for a year or so I think I will remain doing this, and then I'll try to do that. But for now it's too hard. Like it's really too much time. You need so much time, and you need a yeah, how do you, like someone who can afford that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, but maybe in the future anyway, you
Hmm.
can do something with that, you know. So
Hmm.
what's next for yourself then? What's the plans for you for the next year or two?
Um,
Anything on the horizon? Anything interesting? You'll be in
yeah.
Madeira next
Yes.
this month. When are you going to Madeira, first of all? Are you going during the week of the
Mm-hmm. We
conference?
travel next week on Friday. We travel to Portugal, Lisboa. There we
Okay.
stay a couple of days. Then we travel to Madeira, and I arrived there, and I've been talking to a framing place, so I get out of the plane right to the framing store to get everything ready for to be good for the conference, and then we go to the conference and set all up and hope that everything is okay. And then I'm very stressed for those 3 days that I really enjoy, but I really suffer at the same time. Then we take some days to travel through the island. I'm going there with my family. They are all
All
coming
right.
with me. So very, very cool. And then we go to Porto. Yeah, we try to rest a bit, and yeah, we go back to Chile.
All right. Very
Uh,
nice. Because we're going the
yeah.
Monday before that, you know, and
Mhm.
there's about 30 people coming from Ireland now,
So
and
cool.
families and kids and everybody. So we're making a holiday out of it, you know. Some people are going for a week, some people are going for 10 days. So it's gonna be interesting. The Irish are
Yeah.
coming.
What? Huh?
The Irish are coming. The Irish.
Ah, that's so nice. Yeah. What I've seen about this island, it's so beautiful. Like it's such a great place to go and take some hikes, and I don't know, I can't wait to be there, but I'm also like really nervous about it.
Ah, it'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be perfect. You know.
And then
Once you're there, you're there, you
yeah,
know? Yeah, it'll be
yes,
amazing. Be
it's true.
amazing.
Yeah, and I really have like high expectations for this event. I've seen so much. I've seen the work that they are putting on, um, the importance they're giving to art and culture, and the projects of people. For example, the bazaar, like for the conference, is only one place that they manage. So every brand is like together in one place, and you go through that to enter the conference, or you go through the art gallery. So this mindset, I think, is it's so cool for attendees, and also for people like me that we are bringing our stuff and our work there. And I sometimes fear like people's not going to see it, because I can live with people not liking it. But I hate to have like this uncertainty, like didn't they like it or didn't they see it, you know?
Mm.
Um, so I think this time is, and also everything, like the speakers are another level, like everything is looking so good. So I'm really excited to be there.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. All right, yeah.
Mhm.
I had the privilege of interviewing one of the guys actually, Andres, the
Mhm.
co-founder, a few months ago. Well, it's a few weeks ago only it was actually, but that was good anyway. Yeah, very good. Brilliant.
Yeah, they're
So,
very
so
nice people.
yeah, they're nice people. And it's good as well that they have the government with them as well. It makes a big
Mhm.
difference when the government is helping you and wants to do something, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, governments don't have to be the bad guys. They
Yeah.
just tend to be. But if they choose not to be the bad guys, it's really cool.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And they're getting a lot of support as well from them, you know, which is very good, you know. So regarding yourself then, as I said, what's the plan then for you, for Flo, for the next
So
year or two? Anything
yeah.
exciting to announce?
I mean, hopefully to keep working with these great companies that I found in this corner of the internet. And I hope to go to more conferences. I'll really try to make it to, I want to make it to Nashville, but I don't know. And for that one, I'm starting to work on a collaboration with another artist. So I'm really happy about that. And I hope to be able to have more projects and to bring more art, more Bitcoin art to this world. And yeah, for this year, I want to focus on my art, on producing it. And I also want to like, I can't stop moving in the way like with the materials. And now I want to go back and try oil painting again. So that's going to be a huge challenge. I hope it works out. And I want to, because I've my latest works, I have been using this classical art to propose these ideas. Now I want to like propose more of my own images, maybe, or in some degree, even though I really like this quoting the classical art because I think it's so inspirational and beautiful, but also like trying this out, like proposing the whole composition by myself is a huge challenge. I hope I can get it.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. You know, just focus and be positive and everything will come to you. It's all about mindset, isn't it? The way we changed our mindset about money, what is money, and it's helping us now, isn't it? Since we found
Yeah,
Bitcoin. Yeah, it's a whole
yeah,
mindset change. Definitely.
mhm, yeah,
Definitely.
it's true.
Definitely.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Okay, perfect. That was very nice. So if anybody wants to get in touch with you, Flo, how do they get in touch with you? Have you got a website, your
Um,
Twitter,
yeah,
anything like that?
I have a website where you can find the original screen prints and many projects. I also have now like a fine art geek prints. These are like museum quality prints of some of my works. I'm doing that with this guy, Proof of Ink. There are I don't know. I think more than one person in that project. Very cool project. Yeah, many collaborations and stuff like that. And that website is ungovernable.store.
Ungovernable.
See,
Un.
ungovernable.store.
Okay. Okay.
And also you can go to I have a Twitter and Instagram. I'm Flo Montoya underscore, is it called? Like this little
Yeah.
line
Underscore. Yeah. Yeah.
underscore. Yeah,
Flo Montoya.
underscore in Twitter. And in Instagram is flomontoya.art. So
Okay.
basically Flo Montoya and you find me.
Happy days. Happy days. Very good. Very nice. Very nice. Well, I've looked at a lot of your art and it was very nice and very interesting. So I can't wait to meet you in person with the family and your family and our family. You know,
Yeah.
no, we might go for a meal. We're there for a week, you know.
Cool. Yeah.
You can meet Bitcoin baby. I say hello.
Yeah. Yeah, I will be very happy
Yeah,
to
yeah,
meet
yeah.
with
Cool.
you.
Okay, so thanks for joining us. Yeah. And thanks for talking to us. And just thank you. Okay. Do you want to say anything else before we stop the recording?
No, thank you so much for having me. It's been super fun. And yeah, thank you for giving me this space to talk about art and everything and Bitcoin. I can talk about Bitcoin all day, so this was very fun.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.